Bet.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Fed Show. We're here with Izzy Ochoa, right?
Yes, sir.
Said that
Yes,
right?
sir.
And you're an artist out of Fort Worth.
Yes, sir. Northside.
How long have you been? All right, let's just start with Northside. So you grew up here, born and raised.
Yeah, pretty much all my life. Lived here for a while, Shit. Just got inspired by other artists, like friends, brothers, friend their little squad. I grew up around I don't know if it's like a little throwback, a little I don't want to say gang, but it's like a gang of kids, skaters called POA, and I jumped in with them, and I got really into art, like art tagging and graffiti.
Yeah.
And then I sort of just bounced got away from them, or figured trying to just do my own thing, figure myself out, and really just started making my own thing. I think when I would just doodle or use stickers and kind of just whatever. But I started taking it seriously. I think maybe after I left Northside High School, and then that's when I got I was working in the morning at Lisa's, and then I would get out of work and just go to school. But I had my own apartment, and I guess I had a lot of free time. And I first touched canvas to brush together during when I was just by myself, living by myself and stuff. And I really just started the whole thing of me painting and getting to where I am today, which is still a work in progress. But I'm a way better artist than I was in high school and stuff.
How does that process work? Do you plan out the canvas before you start, or you just kind of see how you fill it out, or
really it's kind of just a fill out thing? But if I'm working with somebody who has an idea, which I like, whenever that it gives me a little something to work with, I guess. So I'll go off their little what they want, and I could just imagine and I'll see it on canvas, and then just start painting from there, and doing my own little twist of adding a little psychedelics, little stuff that people really like, or if they don't like it, I like to switch it up and see what I can go for, because I have a lot of homies who are more into rap and gangsta shit, and then I have more friends who are into rock and psychedelics and shit like that, or just the Pokemon nerds, you know what I'm saying? But I fucks with everything, shit. I fuck with it, so. And I'll switch between, themes every now and then.
Yeah. Now, I was just curious, dude. I've never been, I used to doodle and stuff back in the day, art class and stuff, but I never
took it serious.
Never took it serious, and never thought I was any good. So it was just kind of I'm just trying to pass this class.
Yeah. Art school, going to school, and then I was really intrigued into art. I always had that kind of passion for art. Even as a youngster, in kindergarten, I remember doing where you grab a crown and you just put another picture, a paper on the picture, and I remember being the shit, and I was everyone's like, how you do that? I was like, damn, that felt good,
Yeah.
But I don't know. High school, I thought it was gonna be a little bit more different, but they all ran by how you say this is what we're gonna do today, and I was thinking more it was freely, which it kind of was with the right teacher, but I've had some teachers who were just stick to the program.
This is the way we do it.
Yeah.
I want you to draw a flamingo coming out of this. I got you.
Yeah, which it was an important thing to have learned, or I could have paid attention to, but as a youngster, I was just whatever, bro.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what anybody if you want to get into music, or you want to get into journalism, or you want to get into videography, people will tell you, oh, you go to school and they teach you how to do this, teach you how to do that. But now with YouTube, with just everything, the internet in general, everything we have access to, most of the guys are watch YouTube videos about photography before you try to go to school for photography.
True.
Maybe take a couple of classes, learn lighting and learn shutter. I was like, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. My son wants to be a photographer, and I'm like, hey man, pay attention to what that dude's saying. Yeah. I had no idea.
I definitely understand that. I get that a lot. Like, it's definitely like its own little beast, I guess.
So what is like, have you had people that come up to you like, hey man, I want you to do a piece for me? Like, how does that process work?
Sometimes I just get, like, the luckiest thing I've had was, I think, Chag Draws, a dude on Instagram. He's a really good artist. He hit me up randomly. I guess he just liked the way my style was and how I'm trying to, like, I guess, start up. He was like, yo, dude, I see you, like, you know, do your thing. Like, he had an idea of, like, this goblin eating, like, hot dogs, so, like, the glizzy goblin type thing. It was a pretty nice idea, and I did this really huge canvas for him. But, yeah, he gave me, like, a simple, like, a goblin eating hot dogs, but I want it in your style. I was like, all right, yeah, I fuck with that. All right, I'll show you a couple things what I'm going to do. And, you know, I usually just go off, like, things like that, you know?
Yeah.
But it is a process, like sometimes I get lucky with, you know, like with what they want, what somebody wants, and sometimes the thing somebody wanted was like a husky, because I drew my dog and like he had like tentacles coming out of his neck or something, and someone wanted something like that, but it was a husky and the details were just too intense for me. I was like, dude, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it.
Yeah.
Plus work life and life in general always takes effect, and you know.
Yeah. Because honestly, if you just decided one day, let me paint a goblin who's eating hot dogs.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like something that anyone's going to be like, hell yeah, bro, that's what I'm about. Like, goblins eating hot dogs. That's my shit.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's why I asked. Like, if someone wants something, they can just come to you and be like, but you got to throw around ideas and stuff.
Yeah, definitely got to, yeah. But, I'll pre-sketch something, but usually sometimes I just throw it on a canvas, man. Just like it'll just flow freely that way. Like I just like I'll start with one thing, like okay, but this and I can do this and add this to it and make it look like that.
Yeah.
You know, and it just like puts itself together, really. You know.
So is there like a particular artist that? Well, because I kind of looked and I was like, I don't really know that I know any other artist that does what you're doing in particularly.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, I mean. Because I looked through the stickers, and I'm a Donnie Darko fan, so I saw the Frank the Rabbit one on the reel, and I was like, oh, shit, I like this. And then when Fo was like, hey, man, there's a dude talking about the podcast, I was like, oh, for real? And he sent me your page, and I'm like, oh, I remember that sticker. That. So that's why I was like, oh, cool. But there's not a whole lot of, like for instance, in that Donnie Darko movie, when there's the sketches of the mask, Frank,
the bunny,
yeah, the sketches are like, oh, man, those are cool. And I still want that tattoo. And another dude that has that helps with the Juice podcast. I never remember that motherfucker's name, but he's got a Frank the Rabbit on his arm, like right here.
I was obsessed with Donnie Darko in high school for a long time. Movies have also been a big play into like my imagination. You know, like I love movies and music. More movies, I think, because like. It just gave me the inspiration, I guess, like seeing like Fantastic Planet and like, you know, trippy things. I've always been into like psychedelic stuff, I guess. I don't know how it happened, but probably because of like in like high school, I was like as a kid, I always heard about acid, like it opens your mind. You could be a more creative person, and like I think I took too much one time, thinking like just being a dumbass. You know, I took like 4 double dipped hits of acid, and I think I just freaked myself out. And like ever since then, I was like I felt like I did help out a little bit, but you know like. At the same time, I was like, that was pointless, dude. Like, I just fried my brain for no fucking reason. You know, I just got
I didn't reap the reward from this one.
Yeah, definitely that way, you know?
Yeah. But, that's one of the other questions I want to ask you. So, like when you're getting into a project, do you have a playlist? Do you put on psychedelic music?
More indie music, like calm or like sad. I'm obsessed with like sad music for some reason. Like, well, not too sad, like Spooky Black or like some, you know, there's something slow like Joji or like psychedelic wise, probably not really. Like Pink, like I used to listen to Pink Floyd heavy, like really, I was really obsessed with that for a while. But I changed up, you know, started listening to different music. Some Indian music's really got my heart at the moment. That's what I really just play while I paint, because it kind of just like makes me more concentrate into like the strokes. I'm always like trying to do things slow.
Trying to find the focus.
Yeah, and like it'll help me like sort of like pay more attention to it, like the brush, you know, and how I just get really sucked into the painting, and it's just how it is.
So what's the longest you ever got sucked into a painting where you're just like,
man, it always happens like at 3 a.m. or like, you know, it's always like late at night, and then I'm like, I'm gonna start painting, and then I get like, it'll be like the sun rising, so I want to say like 4 hours or 3 hours of just sitting down. I used to have like this like easel or whatever, and it was set up like in a little corner, like look pretty trashy, you know, like just like a little artist corner, but it was like home right there, you know, like I always had a canvas there, just like looking at me like, you know, like you gotta finish this, you know, like it's just staring, just unfinished, and it would bug me to the point where I was like, fuck it, like I'm gonna go fucking paint, you know, like I gotta finish this up. I got a week, you know, but I was heavily into it. And then I don't know what happened. I think the job life just took over, and I kind of gave up a little bit. And now I'm trying to get back into it. Like, you know, I've been painting a lot more recently. You know, like with all the recent stuff I've been doing, like just messing around. I had some unfinished works that just sat and collected dust. And one day I was like, I'm bored. Might as well. I was looking at it, and a little picture in my head came up, and I was like, I could do this with it.
It's time to finish it.
Yeah. Just calling my name, I guess, you know.
Yeah, I'm just making sure the shot's good, because sometimes I just get rolling, and I'll be forgetting.
Yeah, and it'll be like pointed to the I feel that.
But there was just I had a couple of questions. Man, we talked about music, inspirations, like.
Yeah, I've had a lot of other inspirations as well. A lot of good artists in Northside who, like, slipped through the cracks, you know. Like, there's a couple of artists I can name. Like, high school was really when I would, you know, get inspired by other people. I remember collecting this board of, like, other people's art, and, like, I had a bunch of stickers. I'd be like, hey, draw something for me, draw something for me, draw something. And then I'll come back, and then would, like, you know, I'd keep them on this board. I still have to this day. It's pretty cool. I have, like, Dusa. I have Maria. I forget her name on Instagram. I had a couple other people, like ANC or Ashley. I forget her name. Yeah, I think it's ANC on Instagram. Check them out. You know, they're pretty cool artists. Really cool people, too, as well. Yeah. But really, this Northside art really got me started on it. Like, hanging out with people like all the OGs and shit, like, you know, all the OG artists, and learning about their stories, really, like how they started and shit. Like, I was like, damn, that's cool, man. There's a lot of history over here, you know. Yeah.
All right, man. We talked about pieces. All right, so let's talk about this. So someone calls you and says, okay, let's not do the hot dog reference. Let's do a dragon at a Chinese buffet. And they want it on, like, let's say like a 2x4 canvas. Is that a size 2x4, or was what are the dimensions?
Sizes are kind of like weird for me. I still don't understand it too. I had to write them down in the back. It's just like it'd be like 12 by something else. Like, I want to say 12 by like maybe
18.
Yeah,
18
like
and
24 by something
like
the big ones are 24, which I have one right now. Sometimes I'll go to Walmart and just look at the art section and like, damn, like this big. I like big ones. You know? Like the bigger canvas, more room to mess up, more room to get weird with it. You know, like throw paint or something.
So what would that cost somebody if they want a dragon at a Chinese buffet?
Depending on size, really, because like
let's say the
biggest one.
The big one.
Shoot, dude. Fuck. That was taking me up to a week to finish. Kind of. Well, like if work, you know.
Yeah.
With work, so like, man, like 100, 150. Like I think the most was like I don't remember. I think he was being generous, low key. He tipped me like extra. It came out to $300. I was like, damn, dude.
Nah, bro, that's like, bro. Have you been to some of these art shows?
Oh yeah, I know the art shows.
It's like, bro,
yeah,
this is really cool. $7,000.
yeah, dude. I'm like, man. I mean, shoot for the stars, but shit, dude.
But they sell them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like with the Fort Worth Art Festival happens, the artist is down there, and like I seen this dude sell 2 paintings, and I was like, man, it says sold. That's all it says. And he was like, yeah, man, that was about $7,000. The other one was $9,000. I'm like, bro,
it's like
you made $16,000 in the weekend, bro.
Yeah, dude. Like, that's what I think. Low key, kind of hearing those would always make me like insecure. Like, damn, I'm never gonna get to that thing. Always like,
the thing is, they make their own price.
Yeah.
No one goes down there. There's not like an artist.
Oh, true.
Like, I think this is worth this many $1,000. It's literally just the person saying, This is what I want for it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I mean, just like when you're selling anything, like, dude, honestly, like flea market pricing, it's always our best offer. Like you can tell that guy. I mean,
I give you $50.
Yeah, I really don't need that saw that bad, but I want one. But let me give you like, it's an electric saw. It's got a new blade on it. I'll give you like $50. He's like, I want 100. All right, let's call it 60.
And like a bargaining thing. At that point.
I mean, I feel like it's like that with art because it's just up to you. Because if you know, like in your head, all right, I'm going to do this piece. It's going to take me about a week. So every day, that's a couple of hours. So let's say I put in 10 hours on it, and let's say $20 an hour is $200. So you're like, I mean, that sounds like good money.
Yeah.
But then when you turn around and be like, or I could charge $40 an hour and make $400 off of it. Because there's no, I mean, the art is one of those things kind of like collectibles. Like Pokemon cards.
Yeah,
Pokemon cards are listed. You have that old school holographic Charizard, and you got it on eBay. It's like the first edition that ever came out.
PGA, like
$15,000.
Yeah,
and it's like in my head, it's like, yeah, bro. That I mean, I get what you got, but at the same time, it's only worth that if it's worth that to the right person. Like if the person has an eye on something, and they're just like, man, I want a piece from my game room that just like sets everything off, and then they see a dragon eating at a Chinese buffet, and maybe they met their old lady at a Chinese buffet.
Oh yeah,
that's a nostalgic piece for them. Like, I'm the dragon. But there's stuff like that. Like I mean, you never know. Someone could see a piece, and I see some of the dudes at the art shows do it. They don't put prices on anything.
Oh yeah,
they'll wait
smart.
They'll wait till be like, what do you want on this one? What do you think on this
one? Let me tell you.
Well, it really draws me in because, and you have a backstory on your artwork, and the time frame, and then they're like, oh. But I mean, I feel like everything's that way. Like if you're trying to sell any kind of product, basically your art, you're selling yourself. You're selling your mind.
True.
And you're putting yourself out there for whatever you think you're worth. So, hey man, bump those prices up, bro.
Do
a big piece.
I'm always oh man, I'm charging too much. Like, there's always those people. I guess I go to the wrong people. Like, hey man, like, you know, like they ask for something. I'm like, I'm expecting them. Like, you know, I think I just need to go to like those art festivals and just set up shop, man. Because I think that's where it's at. Like, I see these people.
And then the other dudes do the screen prints of their artwork. So they do the one big piece that's that's $4,000. And then you also get this 8x10 version that's screen printed. My original work, I produced these, but they're of that, and these are 3 for $25. And because there's a lot of the so I feel like all the vintage like horror stuff has made a big comeback. Mm-hmm. Like Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Jason Voorhees. Like
the ghost. Ghostface.
All these art shows I've seen more and more and more of like artists doing these big canvas pieces of them, and then. But no one wants to spend $1,000 on a giant picture of Ghostface. Unless you were in the movie. Like, if you were in the movie, it makes sense to me.
Yeah, for real.
Or you were Ghostface in one of the movies.
Then I can see that.
But fanboys are just out here like, oh, that's cool. And then but I see them. They'll sell. They'll get the small reproductions they're buying them from the artist. And sometimes the artist will sign them for them. And then you just turn around and it's like, bro, you just made $75 off that one dude because he bought reproduction art of your art. So I was like, some of that stuff, like it's crazy to me, the concept, because there's a dude that does man, I got him on Instagram, but he does fake comic book covers.
Oh, nice.
So he does. He'll put issue number, whatever, some random ass number.
Yeah,
but then he'll take like Venom and he'll take Spider-Man and he'll put his own spin on it, and it's not copying any other cover art.
Yeah,
it's just his idea of it.
Yeah, damn, that's unique.
And he's got like Ninja Turtles, Beetlejuice, like he's
got
all these
that's
like, dang. And dude, I'm a '90s kid, so like I remember the Beetlejuice cartoon. I remember watching all the Ninja Turtles when I was little. They had the toys and all that bullshit. Just little stuff like that, nostalgic shit to me. He did a piece where it said it's got the Rolling Stones like tongue logo.
Yeah, the lips.
But it's got Venom's tongue coming out of it.
Yeah.
And it says, man, what the fuck does it say? It says, I can't remember. My son has the shirt though.
Yeah,
but he was selling it for like $20 a pop, and I'm like, this fool just stole two people's logos, put them together.
Yeah, dude. I see things like that, and like, I don't know.
I mean, selling it on the internet, it'd be hard because like somebody would be like, whoa, like this is copyright infringement. Yeah. But selling them at an art show for $20 a pop. Yeah. You sell 5 shirts, $100.
Hell yeah, dude. I've always seen things like that, and it's always rubbed me the wrong way. Like when people redo animes, I'm like, man, but like I have to be a little bit more open minded about that because like, hey, you're getting your money, man. Like fuck it, that's a good way, like you to mess like with the you get.
It gets exposure too.
Yeah.
Because like someone tags you on Instagram and that or whatever.
I've seen one dude, I think his name's Rob Regis, something like that. But he did the Boondocks, and he would like do the arm cut off, and then they would see like the bone or something, and he would do like their eyes blank, and like I was like, damn, that's unique, that's cool. But it's like he's just like like you know what I'm saying, like. But I was like, I fuck with it though because it's you're twisting it a little bit.
That's like the whole concept of they did the X-Men, but anime artists did it. It's on Netflix. And they like everybody looks like that same Asian guy in all the animes. The X-Men. And like I watched it and I was like, I liked it because it was like, man, this is X-Men. I know the storyline. I kind of everybody's powers and everything. And it's just like Wolverine didn't look like Wolverine. It's
like a new version of it.
It's like they kind of made it their own. But it's like, man, who gave these guys the rights? Marvel just said, like, hey, put your own spin on it.
Give us something new. I feel that,
And then, like, with anime, that's one thing that, like, when I was younger, we didn't have, like, the only thing I had access to was Dragon Ball Z. And it was only on, what was it, like, Tsunami, and then it was on Cartoon Network. Like, you only had
a certain time,
you had to be there home right at the right time, and I always got to part. Will Goku make it on time? To be continued.
Yeah,
like,
that's
this will be running across the galaxy for 2 years. Like I've never seen him fight nobody.
Yeah,
and then over time, like as I got older, like I mean, back in the day, I watched Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z, and like a lot of people are like, man, Pokemon's not anime. I'm like, yeah, it kind of is, but it's not really. It's not the same storyline. But after watching like. What was the one I watched? I watched the Brotherhood, the Full Metal Alchemist.
But
see, I've never seen the original Full Metal Alchemist. I just saw Brotherhood, like the condensed version, and then I watched Tokyo Ghoul all the way through, and then but just different animes and different styles, and it's like, oh, these are stories I've never heard before, and that's why a lot of the anime stuff now, I'll sit there and watch it.
There's a lot of good stories. Like for me, I'm a sucker for Cowboy Bebop and like Samurai Champloo. Like those are a bunch of like inspirations, especially Cowboy Bebop. Like that was such a ahead of its time kind of anime. I was like, man, fucking really good. The storyline absolutely perfect. I just loved everything about that one. That was a good fucking anime.
Yeah, I don't like when they make them into movies.
Yeah,
They try to condense a story.
like the Airbender, Avatar, they ruined so many movies. Dragon Ball Z was a fucking shit show.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my god, I could go on. I really hate when they do that. It's just
because, like, it's like with anything. Like, when you get a hardcore fan.
Yeah.
Like, I was hardcore Ninja Turtles in the 90s. So the Ninja Turtle movies that came out in the 90s with the rubber suits.
Yes, dude.
It looks just like the fucking turtle. Like, I am in this. Like, this is great. Casey Jones looked just like I thought he would look like in real life when they brought him to the screen. I'm like, I'm into it. And then they did those Megan Fox ones.
Yeah, I watched those recently.
The turtles look like aliens.
Yeah, it's a snooze fest.
It's like, how was Leonardo ever going to hook up with April O'Neil if he looked like that?
Yeah.
In my head as a kid, I was like, there's some weird stuff with turtles and women going on. But as an adult, it's like,
that's not going to work. Yeah.
That dude's huge. Like, he's like 15 feet tall. Like,
yeah,
this doesn't make any sense. And then they got the guy that played Green Arrow on the CW to be Casey Jones, and I was like,
yeah, I've seen that one. It was just it was very upsetting. I was expecting more. I was like, man, I really want to check it out. I've been like, you know, like
it was like a cash grab. I feel like,
yeah, most definitely.
Like, let's just use the name and ruin something that made people's childhood. Let's just ruin it.
Just shit on it, man. I mean,
like when they did the Transformers. Oh, yeah, bro, those were done right in my head.
Yeah, the first,
I don't. Yeah, let's
the
say
first one. Yeah, was the best, man. Fucking Bernie Mac and that.
Yeah, when we saw it happen, it's like, oh, bro, like this. Oh man, okay, cool.
Yeah,
and then like, I mean, the storylines got a little outlandish.
Yeah, and now there's like the jungle one. I was like, whoa, dude.
Yeah, like. Yeah. Well, come on, let's just call it Beast Wars, bro. Let's just call it Beast Wars. Call it what it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot of stuff like that, and I guess that's why art is a thing, because someone's taking something and they're making it their own. But sometimes when you take something that's so nostalgic to somebody and then make it your own, it can go south.
Yeah, most definitely. It's like why not fix something that's not broken type of thing? You know, like if something's already great. Like, there's no point in, like, you know, going out, like, trying to remake it and live adapt, like, making a live adapt or whatever the fuck. It's just stupid. It ruins the whole thing.
So, like, one thing that they've done right is the Spider-Man Miles Morales movie.
Oh, yes, dude. Those are so good.
Like, I'm amped up for the new one coming out. But, like, just seeing the concept, because, of course, like, in everyone's head, Tobey Maguire is always going to be Peter Parker on screen. Those movies weren't.
I was about to say that, bro. I rewatched them and I was like, yeah, it was a nostalgic love, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's Hollywood. Like, you don't. I watch the movies again, and they're just not. Yeah, they're just pretty terrible. You know? So
like they did an interview where James Franco had actually auditioned to be Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And instead, he turned out as Harry Osborn. But then they roll to the next franchise where Andrew Garfield is Spider-Man, and I'm like, so y'all kind of recast someone that was more similar to James Franco to be Peter Parker this time.
You could have did it in the first one.
And then Andrew Garfield had all these like quick-witted jokes and stuff, and I'm like, have you not seen James Franco in comedies? Yeah. He could have been that goofy Peter Parker from The Neighborhood.
Yeah, he would have been a perfect one. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah. But
and then
in the movies, you see him, and like he's always like the kind of the background character, like in the first one, I think, or the first one, and like you can tell he's like totally not into the movie, just like, you know, like looking around. Like,
I'm here for a check.
yeah. I'm like, dang, dude, that sucks. Like, now I go back and watch it, I'm like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm into the Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
Yeah,
like,
Tom Holland did a good job. Well, the Marvel, they did a good job on that one.
Yeah,
for sure, dude. Really got me into it.
Man, I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, I stopped keeping up with the Marvel movies, bro.
There's too many. Yeah,
and dude. People are like, oh, you didn't see this or you didn't watch that one. I was like, no, man.
Yeah, it's over. Is it?
I saw Thor: Love and Thunder, and I was like, "This was a cash grab."
Yeah, I think the Ant-Man Quantumanium was a good like version, or like not good like in a good movie. It was actually like absolutely trash, but I don't know. It's just like that's when you know things are going they're going downhill.
Well,
so,
I mean,
you see it.
You know, there's like let's talk about movie franchises.
Yeah,
Fast and Furious, fuck off.
Yeah,
like
totally.
When they went from things that weren't tangible, like the first Fast and Furious, bro, I'm in.
Yeah, it was about street racing. Like, I love that.
So we're going underneath semis. I was like, all right, not gonna happen. But it's not that far off.
Yeah,
and then I think the last one I watched, like, was really, like, all right, was probably Tokyo Drift.
Oh yeah,
that was probably the last one that I really paid attention to, and after that, couldn't tell you.
Yeah, honestly, that's it. Yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think it was the same thing.
Because I was like, Too Fast, Too Furious was that's when it was Tyrese, right?
Yeah.
When don't worry about it, cuz.
Yeah. I
said, don't worry about it.
I was like, oh, fuck yeah, fucking Paul Walker.
No one batted an eye when he said that. I was like,
maybe, he had to have to keep that confidence.
Yeah, and he sold it. And I was like, yeah. And then, like, I remember watching that, and then that's the one when he told I don't know if it was that one or a different one. He told it was that one because he told the guy at the field office. He's like, hey man, I got this kind of car. Should I get a 20 or a 24 Gallo or whatever? And the guy's like, 24. He's like, I know pizza places made motors. Because that guy had that. He's like, oh. And he was proving his point. Like, I need somebody that knows about cars to play this role. Yeah. If we're gonna go undercover. But yeah, I did keep up with The Rock and Tyrese feuding and talking shit to each other.
Oh yeah, I love the background shit about that. I was like, what? Like, there's contracts that they're I guess Vin Diesel character can't look weaker than Jason Statham's character. Like, it's in the contract. There's so
The Rock can't lose unless it's but that's in his contract for all movies. He can't lose unless it's like he has like this big giant comeback where he ends up winning in the end.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. And I'm just like,
dude.
All right, Dwayne Johnson. Whatever you want to do, bro.
He's a god.
Like, Dwayne Johnson is a prime example of what you can do with a career if you just keep giving it your all.
Yeah,
he was the most electrifying man in sports entertainment today, and now he's one of the most highest paid men in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. And steroids do a lot, bro. Like,
yeah, for real. That's crazy, man. Like, all the fucking, like, Thor and stuff, like, bro, yeah.
Like, there's no, like, you see them when they're younger. Like, Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
When Hugh Jackman was Wolverine the first time, and he's all, like, thin, and he looks all...
Oh, yeah.
Why'd y'all pick that guy? And then, like, 4 movies later, he's like, all right, good job, guys. Just do random stuff like that. That's why, I guess it's why we keep watching movies. Like, this is going to get better. And then, like, when movies do actually do something that we actually care, that we really wanted, like fixing Deadpool, that weird concept of Deadpool that they had in that one Wolverine movie. Where his
I like that. That was a good comeback to that. I was like, what?
Why did we do this? And then Marvel's like, oh, fuck. All right.
Yeah.
We already had Ryan Reynolds play him, so let's just do it right. And I'm glad those movies were rated R.
Yeah. So that was the first one that allowed Logan to be a rated R, and Logan was such a fucking good. I ain't gonna lie, man. I cried, bro. Like, whenever you know the
it's like, it's not really your daughter. You didn't have sex with some girl and have this kid, but she's still your daughter.
The relationship is there like that. Yeah. I love movies that like build up the character like that. It's like takes you on this little journey. I'm like, damn, I fuck with movies like that. Yeah, like
and then the concept that she's walking around with the fucking comic book.
Yeah,
they're going to the place that's in the comic book. It's like,
dude.
Man, who the fuck told this little girl this comic book shit is real? And she's like, have you seen my claws? Like, it's real.
It doesn't get any realer than this, you know.
And then she could kick the little knife out of her foot too. I was like,
such a good addition. I was like, man, like I'm glad that they made it rated R. It was such a good like little thing that they could contribute to the movies and shit.
All right, so we've just talked about a lot of stuff. We talked about some custom pieces. Someone hit you up and let you know. All right, let's. So if someone's never met you before, and you're like, I'm an artist. What genre of art do you do?
Oh,
how do you describe it? Because I don't have because I was like. I don't have a...
I figured, dude. I'm the same way, man.
And you're the artist.
You know? I'm like, shit, how do I explain to this guy who's never actually, like... Yeah. You know, some people, like... some people don't really know, like, what to call my art and shit. Low-key, neither do I, man.
I think that's a big thing with branding. Like, if you come up with the concept of your art...
Yeah.
And this is my genre. Like you can start a genre.
Like I say psychedelic art, but I don't know, man. Like it's a more of a chaotic theme that I'm stuck with. Like I guess when I was in high school, they were like, hey, every artist has a theme, like Van Gogh or fucking Picasso and shit like that. Like they all had this kind of like theme, or like a bunch of artists like Basquiat, I can never pronounce the name, but that dude was like, they all had their own thing. I guess my theme was like chaos, I was a little weird as a kid, still am weird, but I fuck with weird, I love the weird people, I love weird like shit, like
but I feel like weird has taken on weird's become more acceptable. Like I remember when I was a little kid, you saw a guy with like a neck tattoo or hand tattoos, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's a bad dude." And now, like, there's people that are like fully sleeved, hands, neck, face tattoos, and it's just like, "Hey, that's my buddy Derek."
Connie, he's an HR.
We just chill with that guy sometimes. We're getting beers after work or what? I feel like there's been like this drastic, like, change, and I guess I would have to say it like maybe it started in like the late 90s or early 2000s when because I feel like one of the NBA players that really got tattoos acceptable was like Birdman for the Denver Nuggets, because he had like these bird wings under his arms, full sleeves, tattoos everywhere, and it was like, hey, this white dude's got tattoos. It's cool now, guys.
It's no longer because like I don't know, I guess tattoos are more like sailor things, and like like ex-military, or like the prisoners, pirates, and stuff like that, like, or indigenous people, like.
And now it's just
now it's like more acceptable, which I'm glad, but at the same time, like, I don't know. It is what it is, Like I fucking love tattoos, but I think people take them too seriously or something. Like they always have to have a meaning or something. I'm like, dude, like my tattoos are really just random as fuck, And I like that shit. But some of it does have a little meaning, I guess it's who you are. Like
like when people get like I'm not a real big fan of like these huge arm pieces.
The blackout thing is odd for me.
That doesn't make any sense. But like just when you get like I know I got a buddy, he had. See, like this arm's all Mod Podge. Like these
same, dude. All of it.
A little something right here. Let's fill it in this space here. But, like I had a buddy. He got like, I think it was like a skull with a rifle and the helmet on it, and like he's ex-military, and he's got like all these intricate things in the tattoo that mean something to him, and that's great, bro. My tattoos are not like that.
I like that too, because it kind of creates that uniqueness about somebody, like like you see some of these little tattoos, like the Frank tattoo looks hard, like the time, like only a certain amount of people are gonna know that, and I fuck with that,
because when someone's like, oh, I know what that is. And then other times, like, dude, like mine, my Instagram handle's Gorilla Rob, so I have a gorilla skull. Means nothing, but like my son Oliver, I have his initials on these 3 fingers, because when I shoot my bow, I shoot 3 fingers.
That's
and
cool.
I named him after Oliver Queen, the Green Arrow.
Oh, sweet! So, that's cool, dude.
Like this is from Supernatural, the Mark of Cain, and my baby, I named him Cain.
That's sick.
And then the finger pop, my son, he was doing his hair all blonde, like Tokyo Ghoul, like Kaneki in the show, and he would do his finger pop. So this tattoo is for my oldest son, the finger pop. Nice, so just and then like make it all count, like. Dude, we only got so much time here. Let's do some cool shit while we're at it.
Shit like that, right?
And then like this one, the Berserker, like that has no real meaning. This is from a T-shirt brand back in the day. I got "fuck the world" inside my lip. Like just dumb tattoos, bro. Like some of them are just like, why would you get that on the inside of your lip? I don't know. I've done it 4 times though, and it hasn't stuck right. So I'll do it again one day. I'll do it again.
But I fuck with that.
All right, so. End goal, do you want to pursue like a full-time career as an artist one day? Is that the goal?
Dude. Like that's the dream, man. Like sell a painting or really like be in galleries, like just to like as a youngster I got blessed like through our art teacher named Joe Defoe. I was in alternative school for some dumb shit, and like really man, like she kind of opened my eyes to what real art world was like at a young age, and I was impressed. Like I sold a couple paintings, but like setting up was always dope, and like I don't know, I could always see myself like being in this white room with like these white rich people drinking wine, and then my friends and like seeing blood in blood out and like that kind of scene, like I like that shit. Like I could see myself doing something like that, or like the goal would be in museums like Cause or something, like or I've always looked up to like Bansky or like Cause, Obey, like I forget his name, Shepard Fairey, like those kind of like starting from nowhere and just like just like popping off, like just get, I don't know, find that lucky token or whatever. But the thing about artists, like most of them don't get famous until they're dead, or, it becomes an original, like a one piece, or you get lucky at like the age of 65 or something. And I mean, it's not bad, but it is what it is. The thing I've learned is to not expect art to I would always think like, oh, I gotta make sales, or I gotta make 10, like I gotta keep painting, keep painting, and I was expecting some money or like things out of it instead of doing it for like love or like maybe finding time and peace, like making it mine, there was like, oh, I want to get famous or something, kind of goal, and then I finally just like nothing was moving, and I just like, man, maybe I should just like paint or just like sit down and just like fall in love with art again. So like I just sat down one time and just like really fell in love with like I think the thing that made me fall in love with art again was like watching the paint, like or the brush strokes, and like really up close, and I would watch it. I was really high, I guess, or something. I was like, whoa, dude, But I was like, man, it's dope. It's beautiful, like to see the fact that I can control it. The only kind of control I have in like my life and stuff, like just focus it on this. And I was like, maybe like, I don't know, maybe if I keep doing that, showing that same love, eventually someone's going to come along and be like, dude, like, let me put your stuff out, or like, let me show you the ropes, let me like manage you or something like that. Maybe, the world is like, unexpected, So, I don't know. But it is the goal. Yeah, definitely the goal. Like, stop working, just paint, do beautiful murals. Murals were what I really wanted to do, like seeing, I think his name is Vasquez Art. He did that mural in on Franco's. I don't know if you've seen it. It's the mariachi mural. It was all over Facebook and Instagram. Got a lot of, it's a really beautiful mural. But that was like, man, that's a real, like, I don't know, that's some real art right there. Like, you can't, like, there's some artists out there that like kind of inspired me to go. Like, I forget how good it feels to tag up shit. Like, like there's a difference from like on canvas to on wall. Like I just get a different like. Like a imagination, I guess, or like a idea of pictures that in my head, and just like things come together better on like with a spray can versus like so I can get down on both, but I would like to do murals. That's the one thing I want to try out, and one day I'm gonna get there. Like you just gotta put more love into it, let it grow. But
all right, man. I don't want to go forever because we've been talking about just about everything. What's your Instagram handle?
Plug in.
All that shit. Do you plug?
Yeah, shit. Check me out at J_Ocho Arts with a Z. My main page is It's Your Boy Floyd. Check that out. Shout out to my people on the Northside, Julio, Fostepco, Lincho, my boys, shit. Check out my brother. He's making music. Follow him on Instagram on Hollow Hills. He's a pretty good little indie artist that I think everybody would love. So show my people love. Show me some love. Show Rob some love. Yeah.
All right, man. We'll call it.
Yeah.
Y'all stay fed. Talk shit in the comments, because, man, no one ever talks shit in the comments. I always want to, it's like, I just want that one dude to say some shit so I go off. And no one ever goes off.
Yeah. Eventually, we'll get the haters sooner or later.